Hey guys, Frankomatic here, and today we're going to be looking at Cratermaze on the TG16 and/or PC engine, depending where you're from. I'm from America, so TG16 for me. I only played a little bit of this to make sure I understood how it plays, but let's take a look at the story. Let's take a trip through time through the magic carpet ship. Aboard the magic carpet ship, rather. I am Kublai. I am the dedicated follower of the evil Zen Zombie. Zen Zombie does not like intruders in his land. You are in trouble. I'm going to kidnap your friends and put them in prisons of another world. Kind of a dick move, man. Don't worry, my friends. I'll do my best to save you. Believe in me. Characters kind of look like Doraemon characters. But what we get is essentially a take on Heiankyo Alien. We run around, we pick up all these treasure chests, there's some little monsters, bury them. Sometimes they drop power-ups. This one will freeze the enemies for about 30 seconds. There are two enemies. There's the green guy and there's the little ant-looking dude. The only real difference between them is the green guy makes a little bit more of an effort to actually try and get to you. The little ant dude just kind of wanders about. Neither of them are particularly threatening. This game, as far as I played into it, does not seem to be super difficult. This one is, I think, just straight up invincibility. But once you get all the treasures, key pops up, pick up the key, go through the anywhere door, and go to the next stage. I don't know if I'm going to want to try and play through this whole thing. It seems surprisingly long, but I will when I get to the point where I want to stop. Probably make a save state, just in case. So the springs let you jump, as you might expect. This stage is here basically just to teach you about them. In later stages you can use them to much better effect than you can here. The monster AI is not particularly intelligent. One causes the enemies to spawn as ice blocks instead of as enemies. Don't walk into the water, you die. Very important. But this is a game I probably would have liked as a kid. I did... No, my uncle had a TurboGrafx-16, and I played on it sometimes. A lot of Bomberman, even though I was never any good at Bomberman. And Bonk. That was where I originally played Bonk way back when. Also, what's the name of that? Heat Courage in the Alpha Zones or something like that. A game I'm absolutely terrible at. This is the stage where I learned that walking into the water kills you. And these little portals are, as you might expect, portals. Walking into one takes you to another one. And usually going back into the one you came out of will take you back to the first one, but not always. Sometimes they're in a bit of a linear sequence or longer loop. Bomb power-up, which I neglected to use at all, lets us drop a bomb behind us by pushing the button that does not dig, which normally does absolutely nothing. obnoxious spot for the key to spawn. Out of my way, sir. This is the spot where you have to use the portal. I'm not going to bother picking that up, but that makes the enemies move at half speed. For about 30 seconds. My goal here is to play up until we rescue our first friend, and then I will stop there and see if maybe we want to continue this or not. I'm not sure. It's a very simple game, but it's actually surprisingly fun. And we will eventually get some upgrades to our character. Bomberman style. But not for another level, I want to say. You can walk over your own holes, no problem. Don't gotta worry about that. If you don't bury them, the bad guys will eventually get out of their, get out of the holes and come after you. But it does delay them, so if you just leave a hole behind you, you can escape pretty handily. Oh, no, I was wrong. There's our first upgrade. You're gonna want to pick that up, too, as it's a good one. Actually, you know what? Just to help myself out here, there we go. But this lets us dig 2 holes at once. Oh, we got a speed power-up. We dug it up. I didn't realize you could dig up power-ups in this. That's, good information. But we will keep these power-ups, I think, until we die. So, much like Bomberman, you want to not die if you can. Now we can dig 4 holes at once. And honestly, being able to dig that many holes at once makes it extremely difficult for the aliens to deal with us. Because we can just kind of get them from, like, really far away. There's the door over there. There's no real reason to pick this up. If for some reason you want to try and farm points, you do get a bonus for every alien buried. Specifically buried. If it's killed by power-ups or one of the alternate weapons you can pick up later, you do not get the bonus. And the game does not let you dig up graves, so the more enemies you bury, the less room you have to work with. As far as I've played in, there have not been any different enemy types as of yet. There have been some environmental hazards. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing some of those soon. Next time, I think the Japan area pops up. We should see the first. Unless the cave area pops up first, I forget. We'll see. At the cave area. You can see some caves here in the cave area. And every now and then, you'll see some eyes pop up. Like that. And shortly after they do, a caveman will stick his head out and poke at you with a spear. And that will kill you. You don't want to get poked with a spear. Just like real life. We now have such ridiculous range on our shovel that as long as we don't get caught completely by surprise, there is very little threat to us. Oh, here's our first alternate weapon. Let's go grab that. This, for a while, replaces our shovel with a bubble gun. which kills the enemies. And here's our second hazard. Fish. Don't get hit by the fish. And our gun is now gone. Not that it matters. We're already fairly overpowered, and the gun just makes us more so. I think you might want to be wary about picking up too many of the speed-up icons, because you do kind of get uncontrollable. Dig so far in one shot now. And our last 4 are in this little teleport back and forth we gotta do. And with the key picked up, we can just hop right to the exit. Excellent. So if you have multiple springs in range of each other, you can, in fact, just hop the whole way. Which is fun. You can also change directions on the second and beyond, if you wish. This is an ultimate weapon. This makes us fire out little sparkles. And the little sparkles freeze the bad guys in ice. We can kick them out of the way. Which, of course, makes them shatter and die. Because aliens don't deserve to live. When they kidnap our friends, at least. Even if we were trespassing. Possibly. It's hard to say. We were traveling through time. I don't know if that counts as trespassing. Yeah, honestly, the biggest danger I've come across in this game is once you start picking up the speed-ups, not running into these rivers. It's very easy to step a little too far. And drown. Ah, here is another ultimate weapon. It's a yo-yo. The yo-yo just makes things die, as yo-yos do. You can also get caught off guard scrolling the screen when you're moving really fast if the enemy's coming towards you. But they're generally slow enough that you can react in time. Into about where I'm planning to stop. Around 15 is where we rescue our first friend, which is how far I played in to see if I can give this game a, proper showing at all. And thus far, I've not found any reason to think that I couldn't probably actually beat this, aside from it just being a little longer than it really needs to be. so I guess you need to kind of watch for the cavemen. There's the bombs. They blow up Bomberman style, as you might expect. Okay, now he's gonna find the door, which is right there. Yeah, this seems like it's a generally pretty easy game. Which is a little strange for the TurboGrafx, as I mostly recall games that were kind of hard. Bonk was fairly easy. Bonk's Revenge was actually easier, in my opinion, the first one. I played that earlier just for fun, and cleared it without having to continue at all. A far cry from what happened in the recorded run of the original Bonk. Crazy sound effect when the ice breaks. I don't remember where the door was, so we're gonna have to hunt that down. Adventure was in the middle somewhere. And I was correct. Yeah, it hasn't... And I'm sure you've noticed it hasn't really gotten more difficult. The stages get a little more sprawling, but there's still only been 2 enemies at any one time, so... Arguably it gets easier. Alright, our door is down here beyond the fish. That's easy to remember, at least. I'm not sure what the treasures have to do with anything. We're just kind of committing robbery for the sake of doing so, I guess. Which I suppose is fair enough. They did kidnap our friends. We should at least get some compensation for that, right? Although we are also murdering, so... Nobody's in the right here, really. There is no moral high ground to be had. Characters that we're not seeing. I wonder if they'll start popping up later in the game. I really like this music for the old-timey Japan-themed areas. There's the door. I think we've gone this whole video without dying a single time. Well, I guess you could say, at least until we rescue the first friend, we're still in stage 1, possibly. To explain the lack of difficulty. No, it says around like 15 at this point. prize for that murder. Like 4 more. Let's be over this way. Also worth noting, the time stop does not stop the cavemen from spawning out of the caves, so you gotta watch for them all the time. But they're just on a simple timing pattern. With that, we will rescue our first friend. And there we go. Do a little bit of dancing. So yeah, I think I will call it there for now. And I will ponder if I want to continue this or not. Anyways, have a good one everyone, and later guys.